like the video. What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy BJ, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and I know it's been a minute. It is currently Friday, 1:25 p.m. And I started my series, and I kind of started lagging as soon as I started the series, but we're going to be back into it. I'm going to try to get another one next Saturday or next Friday. Right now, I'm dropping this Friday because I need to drop something. Other than that, we got extreme or disturbing things on TV. No, the darkest moments in TV history, part 2. This will be uploaded to the series next. So we're going We're going to get into it. All right. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get it. I left my water bottle.
7月4号的晚上，一家人正常入睡。到了5号凌晨，意外发生了。
Make sure you like that button and subscribe and share with your people. And to
5点半早晨，我醒了。我醒来的时候你不在。
He had nowhere else to turn. It had been 11 long excruciating days since 55-year-old Shu Guli had last seen his wife, Lai Hueli, who had vanished from their apartment in the dead of night. So now, desperate for help tracking her down, he took to the local news stations, putting out a public plea for any information that could help bring her home. Her disappearance occurred on the 4th of July 2020, which also happened to be their daughter's 11th birthday. To celebrate, Shu made the family a special meal, including his daughter's favorite, meatballs, cooking the entire recipe from scratch, even grinding the beef at home. The dinner was supposedly a success, and to finish things off...
That's facts, bro. Meatball and spaghetti is like one of my favorite foods. Like, top three. We got Chinese, spaghetti, you know, and anything with pasta, really. I like noodles, bro.
Lai and her daughter enjoyed a tall glass of milk poured by Shu before the family turned in for the night. Hours later, in the dead of night, Shu woke to use the restroom, and upon getting back into bed, he briefly watched his wife as she was sleeping peacefully next to him, before he fell back asleep. He would never see her again. 24 hours later, Lai Hueli was officially reported missing, and a full-blown investigation into her whereabouts was launched, which is where things begin to get strange. When police searched the apartment complex, they noted a large number of security cameras positioned all over the property, both inside and outside of the building, making it all but certain that Lai would be seen in the footage at some point leaving the apartment, which would at least give investigators a timeline as to when she left. The footage first shows Lai and her daughter taking the elevator up to their apartment at 5:04 p.m., which was presumably right before their meal. From there, over 6,000 hours of footage would be reviewed frame by frame, though strangely, Lai was never pictured again. To investigators, this was impossible. The cameras covered every single possible exit, and it was shown that not a single route would have made her completely undetectable to them, which quite simply meant that she could not have left the building. She had to be somewhere inside, and so they searched everywhere in that complex, from the unit she lived in to the AC vents, the water tanks, storage units, everywhere. Though still, they found nothing. Lai was gone, but at the same time, she clearly hadn't left. It was no wonder why Shu felt so helpless in the situation, and fearing that they were reaching a dead end, he began what essentially became his media tour, as he attempted to get as many eyes as possible onto the case.
He killed her. He had to. He killed her, bro.
In order to help find his wife.
许先生说，7月5号凌晨12点半，他起床上洗手间的时候，妻子还躺在身边。到了清晨5点半，床上就只剩下他一个人。
我也没在意，对吧？
您当时为什么没在意？
为什么没？这个很正常。
之前有没有发生过这种的情况？
没有。
我女儿怎么办？我的生活怎么办？啊，我老婆什么时候回来到底？ 是，我都不知道现在对。
我把女儿叫起来了，因为女儿在隔壁嘛。叫去问了她一下，我说你妈妈有没有看到？她说没看到。我当时也没怎么注意，早晨出去就出去吧，就是自己的事情。
These media appearances began to happen numerous times a day across essentially any station that would allow him on. Though even when this failed to garner any leads, he kept the pressure on the public, this time by announcing a reward of 100,000 yen for anyone with information that could help lead to her discovery. Meanwhile, investigators kept digging, searching the area again and again, but still, it just wasn't adding up. There was no way out of that building that hadn't been thoroughly checked over. Well, except for one. In what was likely a last-ditch idea, one of the investigators had a hunch that they should check the community septic tank, as that was really the only place that hadn't been thoroughly picked over yet. And so dozens of trucks moved in to sift through weeks of raw sewage. They searched for 25 hours within the grime, filth, and unbearable stench, until they found something. It was an unusual gooey mass that no one could seem to identify, and wanting to know more, they brought the substance back to the lab for testing, only to discover that they had essentially just solved the case. They had found Lai. Or at least what remained of her. Despite the story Shu had told investigators and the media, things didn't actually happen the way he said they did on that fateful night. Instead, the couple had actually gotten into an argument after Shu had cut his hand while preparing the meatballs, to which he blamed his wife for the injury, causing the two to have a verbal spat. This was supposedly nothing uncommon for the pair, as the marriage had allegedly turned sour years before due to financial strain, meaning that this was far from their first fight, though it would be their last. When Shu handed his wife and daughter their milk for the night, each tall glass had actually...
The marriage went sour, bro. Through this little verbal moment, they was having arguments, issues, relationships have issues and problems. It's just one of them times, and then he clicked out. But he wrong for killing her. Wife preparing up the food. Chopped this little finger. He got a little mad. He felt like a little hoe. So, in that situation, he took matters into his own hands. He had to finish her. I ain't saying that's right. That's fucked up, though. No kid.
And laced with sleeping medication, with the drug immediately taking effect and knocking both of them out. And with the house now silent, he smothered Lai with a pillow.
Did he kill the daughter too? That would be crazy if he killed the daughter.
Thus ending her life. But if this was the case, then how did she end up in the septic tank? Well, Shu had a plan. He had previously purchased several large butcher knives, which he used to cut his wife into smaller pieces. However, this still wasn't enough for him, as he wanted to make sure that every trace would be discarded in the most effective way possible. And so, he turned to the kitchen, and more specifically, the area he had prepared the meatballs in earlier, before proceeding to place her remains through the meat grinder, turning Lai into an unrecognizable mass of flesh.
No! He put his wife in the meat grinder. No. And he was about to get away with that shit. Oh, no.
That he would then methodically flush down the toilet over the course of many hours.
Oh, no.
7月4号的晚上，一家人正常入睡。到了5号凌晨，意外发生了。
5点半早晨，我醒了。我醒来的时候你不在。
Despite playing the role of a loving husband and even a victim across his television interviews, this man had actually not only killed his wife, but desecrated her remains in a horrendous fashion. And looking back at some of his answers, it's honestly not all that surprising.
一个人他出不去的，按他的智商，老实说，我这么多年了，在跟他走夫妻了，对他了解，他是出不去的，就是。
As a result of his crimes, Shu Gulai would be sentenced to death, with his execution being set to happen in the near future.
Damn, people give me an ad, bro. Well, I'm gonna catch y'all next week with the next series. I got more videos posting up. Make sure you summarize, slash that like button. Nah, I'm playing. I ain't gonna take that man shit. But look, man, what Corey been at, bro? I'm waiting for Corey to post a video, dog. But until next time, it's your boy, it's just BJ, and I'm out. We should all put in.